Greetings dear friends, Dragon here once again. A long time ago, about 3 months ago now, when the channel passed 1,000 subscribers, I kicked off a Q&A competition to give away 4 incredible posters from Kung Fu Bob, all hand signed. Never, unfortunately, had a chance to make the winner's video. It was pretty inundated with loads and loads of great questions for the competition. Didn't know exactly how best to kind of handle making the winning video, because there were just so many questions there. My first couple of attempts to make a video were running into like an hour and a half, which is way too long to expect anyone to sit through. So what I've decided to do is make this video that you're watching just now, where I just announced the winning questions, and then at a later date I will try and kind of get around to making separate videos about some of the other excellent questions that were submitted. But thank you to everybody who took the time to enter. I wish I could give absolutely everybody a prize, but it's just unfortunately too expensive. All these prizes come out of my own pocket, and as it stands just now, the channel doesn't make any money. So it's really something that I can only do when I can afford to do it. The original plan was to give away 4 posters. The costs of shipping to America means that I had to rethink that a little bit, as a few of the winning questions did come from friends across the Atlantic. So what I've decided to do is double up on the amount of prizes. I'm going to give the 4 that I have in hand out to people who are resident in the UK, and then 4 other ones for people who are in the States. I'm going to have extra posters sent out by Bob to those winners. So without any more rambling, let's jump into the actual winners. So I tried to select questions based on which poster people wanted, so that everyone was hopefully going to get their first choice of poster. And the first one out the gate for the Heroes of the East poster, the wonderful Heroes of the East poster, is going to NESCAFE GOLDBLEND, who says, "Congratulations buddy, you're one of the best channels on YouTube, thank you very much. My question for you is, what would be your dream movie to be remastered and released, and what label would you like to see release it?" No brainer for me, that would be Shaolin and Wu-Tang, or Shaolin versus Wu-Tang. Credited as being directed by Gordon Liu. I think there's a lot of rumblings saying that might not entirely be accurate, but I think he had a lot of help from Lau Gar-lung, and certainly all the action choreography was by the Lau brothers, so by Lau Gar-lung and his brother Lau Gar-wing. Incredible film, and one that for ages I didn't really know if there was a decent print kicking around. It's been confirmed that there is, and there is a screened and put onto his 36 Cinema website a very, very great looking print of this. So there is definitely a great print that could be scanned, could be released by one of the boutique labels. And I think NESCAFE GOLDBLEND also said, which label would you like to see release it? I'd love for 88 Films to get their hands on it, ideally. If failing them, then it would be great to see Arrow Video doing it, because Arrow Video really knock it out of the park with some of their extras. But an absolutely incredible movie, one that I'll kind of think of as being almost like a Shaw Brothers film, even though it's not. It was made by the Lau brothers as a separate production, but it completely has Shaw Brothers production levels. So yeah, just an incredible movie all round. That would be easily my #1 pick. That was question the first. Question the second, it's for the Lone Wolf and Cub poster, which is going to my buddy Andrew over at AMPHLETT Reviews. And Andrew asked, he said, "Congratulations, well deserved, some great content and coverage over everything HK and beyond. My question would be the rarest and can't part with edition in your collection." I know mine is Hellraiser from Arrow Video. Again, another bit of a no-brainer for me is this one, which my wife very kindly helped me track down. This is the UHD Club release of Fist of Legend from China. Probably the most limited release that I have. I think these were limited to only about 70 copies, if I'm remembering that rightly, but a really glorious version of the film, and the only remastered version of it, properly remastered version that I've been able to find so far. The Dragon Dynasty version was just an upscale from the old DVD, although it had great extras. So I've actually kept my Dragon Dynasty discs, because there was space inside the box for 2 discs, and it only came with 1. I think maybe originally they planned on making this a 4K release, but it's not that uncommon to see a space in the UHD Club releases, so I just filled that out with my Dragon Dynasty DVD, so I still get the extras from that. But yeah, an absolutely incredible box set. One that I absolutely adore, and was very happy to track down. I missed this on the forum, so I didn't think I had any chance at all of tracking it down, but my wife just stepped into my rescue, one of the many, many, many reasons why I love her very much. So yeah, that's easily my favourite, probably rarest kind of collectible that I have in the collection, and one that I would never part with. Question the third comes from Andy T. This is for the Snake and Eagle Shadow poster, and Andy says, "Congrats on reaching 1K, awesome work. My question is, on your Kung Fu Mount Rushmore, which 4 faces would you choose?" I'd probably go for 2 directors and 2 actors. So directors wise, easily Lau Gar-lung, my favourite Hong Kong director and one of my favourite directors of all time, and Sammo Hung, kind of representing the Golden Harvest side of things. I think Sammo's does get quite a few props amongst our little circle as being a great director, but unfortunately still isn't kind of more widely known, doesn't get spoken about often enough as being a truly incredible director as well as an action director. And then two actors, Gordon Liu, Lau Gar-fei, easily the star of most of my favourite Shaw Brothers movies. And then I'd also put in Rita Young Chin. Rita Young I recently interviewed for Eastern Heroes magazine. She could not have been nicer, and really an incredible person, and very, very criminally underrated as a martial artist, as like an action director, and as an actress. You kind of spot her in the background in 8 Dagger and Pole Fighter and Clan of the White Lotus, but absolutely incredible martial artist. My first thought was maybe go to Carway, but I think a lot more people are already very aware of Carway, so I think shining a little bit more of a light on Rita Young would be no bad thing. So yeah, that'd be my 4. Great question. And question the 4th comes from my buddy Leon over from Hong Kong Blu-rays. Leon has said, congratulations, my friend, well deserved. All these posters are truly beautiful. Such a nice prize. My question is this: knowing how much time, effort and hard work goes into doing the channel, what keeps you motivated to consistently put out such fantastic content? You guys, really, essentially. Running the channel's allowed me to meet some incredible people, many people that I don't really think of as being subscribers, I think of as being friends. That's why I'd start every video saying dear friends, because I think these sort of communities are quite hard to find, or certainly were for me when I was growing up. There weren't that many people who liked these sort of movies, and now there's a wealth of other people to talk to spread all around the world. But the internet thankfully makes the world a much smaller place, makes it much easier for us to connect and talk about the movies that we all love. So yeah, I think it's all of you that keep me going and keep me kind of trying to make new content, and I'm very inspired by the other channels, many of which are run by people I'm very, very proud and lucky to call my friends. Leon being very much one of these people. I think our journey started around about the same sort of time. Absolutely adore Leon and Chaz's channel, so very happy that he picked the Street Fighter poster as his first option, because he was one of the few that put that one up high, and I'd really like these posters to go to people who really want them, so that one is going to Leon. And that takes us to the 4 that I'm going to send out to folks in the UK. I think Andy T, I think you're in the UK as well. I'll let everybody know in the comments below that they've won, so do please email me and let me know addresses to send to. But I'd also picked a few folks across in the States who I'd very much like to give a prize to as well, people who stood by the channel for a long time and who asked some great questions. First one of these is Floyd75 Dillon, who said, congratulations on reaching your 1k subscriber count. Hopefully you'll return to your 3 Cub subs again. Well remembered, my old channel had broken 3,000 before it got deleted. Question is, there a film originally released on the Made in Hong Kong label back in the 90s that you hope will have an all singing, all dancing release by one of the labels? Yes, there is. I would have said easily Tiger on the Beat. That was one of my favourite kind of Made in Hong Kong VHS releases, but I actually managed to track down a version on Blu-ray out of Germany with this great tie poster. I will do an unboxing for that separately, released under the title Born Hero in Germany. But so as that already now has a Blu-ray, which I'm very keen to check out and let you know what it is like. My standby would be The Buddhist Fist, the Yuen Wu-ping movie, which never gets spoken about enough. It's an absolute classic, arguably a better movie than some of the other stuff that we've seen coming out from Eureka in the last couple of years. And they, I think, should have been all over this. I had no idea why The Buddhist Fist hasn't had a release. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we do see a release of it coming pretty soon. Excellent movie. I'll leave a link down to the trailer for the movie in the comments down below, and you can take a little look and see what you think. But yeah, The Buddhist Fist would be my go-to now. That whole collection from Made in Hong Kong was such a great series of VHSs, and a lot of them did make it over onto Hong Kong Legends as DVDs, but The Buddhist Fist seemed to be one that slipped through the cracks. Also want to give a prize to Chris Smith, who asked a question that inspired a whole video. So Chris had asked any updates on Shawscope Volume 2, which there definitely were. I made a video on this, which has proved to be one of my most popular videos, and Chris has been a long time supporter from not just this channel, but also my older channel. Always going to leave some great comments. Somebody that I always really enjoy chatting to when I get the chance. So yeah, Chris, I think I'm going to make sure that you get a prize. And also do check out that Shawscope Volume 2 video that I posted, which has all the information about the upcoming titles. Definitely going to be reviewing every single disc in the set as I did with Volume 1, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Also, MG, who'd asked a very long but really great question. So MG had said, what is one edition now that's on your grail list? I know you picked up some UHD releases, something like that. It does not have to be UHD, just using that as an example. What is your number one want at the moment that you're hunting for, or it could be one that is way too expensive and you'll probably never get? Okay, yeah, we'll take one of each. So the one that I would very much like to track down at some point would be The Quiet Family. There's a version released by Nova Media that's really nice, which is long out of print now, but there's, I think, hopefully a chance that I'll maybe try and track that down at some point, hopefully, fingers crossed. And that's a kind of fantastic little movie which inspired the remake, The Happiness of the Kutakaris. But yeah, hopefully I can try and find that version. The ones that I know I will never get a chance to buy because they're just too damn expensive. Mantelab put out really nice one-click sets of 7 and of Fight Club. I'm a huge David Fincher fan. I'm not normally a huge fan of one-click sets, but both of these are just glorious. The 7 one comes in a great looking box, appropriately so, and then the Fight Club one comes in this sort of reproduction of the bar of soap that they used in the promotions of the movie, with the cases for the Blu-rays housed inside. Both of those incredible, but both selling for like $1,000 each, and I can't stretch to that. So yeah, I know I'm probably never ever going to get my hands on those, even just not the one-click versions, even just one of the sort of standalone versions from those sets would be great. But again, they sell for hundreds of pounds, so I know there's absolutely no chance of me tracking them down. So MG, you're also going to get a poster. And then lastly, Martial Arts Theatre 3000, Jason, my buddy Jason over at that channel, had said, if you had a close friend that was very sceptical of kung fu movies but was willing to have their mind changed, what one movie would you show them to try and win them over? I probably would pick, first off, would pick Dirty Ho, which you can find on the wonderful Shawscope Volume 1 set. Dirty Ho, I think, is just one of the best movies ever made, not just one of the best kung fu movies. And if that doesn't win people over, I don't know what would. My other go-to choice, really, and it's because it's my wife's all-time favourite Shaw Brothers movie, and she's not a huge kung fu movie fan, would be Demon in the Loot, which is incredible. And I'm really hoping that we see a release, an English friendly release coming from 88 or from Arrow at some point. This is a great fun, absolutely insane, bonkers movie. A little bit of something for everybody in that one. Great cover art here. This is the Spectrum release, which does not have English subs, but it's an incredible movie. So yeah, I'd say probably one of those two would be my first go-to. Thank you to everybody who asked the questions. Like I said, I didn't expect to give away twice as many prizes, but that's the way that this is unfolded. The cost of shipping to the States is just too damn high. I think it's like 3 times the cost of a poster just for me to send one out. And I would have had to send sort of 3 or 4 across the States, which would have cost over £100 to send the 4 over. So what we're going to do, I've spoken to my good friend Bob. Kung Fu Bob is easily one of the nicest people that I've met through running this channel, and Bob's ably coming to my rescue. So Bob's going to send out 4 posters in the States to the winners across there. And like I say, I'm going to send the winners in the UK out their posters. Thank you again to everybody who entered. This is probably going to be the last giveaway I will do, certainly for some time, on the main channel, though I have been encouraged to start a Patreon by quite a few subs, and a few others are asking for YouTube memberships. It would be incredible if you'd like to support the channel in that sort of way. Those people that do decide to sign up for either one of those, I'm going to try and do a giveaway more regularly through those channels, because I can kind of fund it from the support that I get from the people who decide to sign up for a membership. So keep an eye out for that. That's hopefully going to happen over the next couple of weeks. I'll kick off the Patreon, and I have a whole bunch of exclusive content planned for those, but I'm not going to kind of gatekeep most of my content away from those of you that are already subscribing to the channel. So don't worry, there'll still be loads of reviews, loads of unboxings, and the occasional giveaway over here on the regular channel. Just going to be a little bit more extra content for those that do decide to support with whatever they can throw at the channel to help me run it, because it is expensive doing these things, as this giveaway has proved. I think it's about £200 all in all to kind of organise and send out these posters now that we're doing 8 of them. But thank you very much for watching this. Keep your eyes peeled for more answers videos, which I will do in the future, because there was so many great questions. Thank you again to everybody who took the time to enter. Thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. If you're watching this and you don't already subscribe, then do please click the red button. I promise there will be loads more great content to come. And thank you very much for watching this. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.